I sell fame and relevance. And there's a direct correlation from how many times you get recognized outside and how many views you're getting online.
Video 10 years ago wasn't a valuable skill. Today, it's ultra valuable.
Yep.
In fact, if you can perform on camera and like produce and dude, you have like such a crazy valuable skill set.
Yeah, creating the product is the easiest part. Having the audience to sell to is the hardest part. I don't care about followers. I just want views.
Well, not all views are created equal. They might only have 10,000 followers, yet they make $1 million. Let's get the right kind of views. Let's attract the right kind of people. And then let's create great funnels and products that cater to our audience. If they don't start to see an ROI in the next 90 days, they're going to quit. This is the deadliest drug in the world. What do you think about like the power of TikTok versus IG? We're making over $1 million a month on TikTok. I'm like, what? I was like, how? What's up, wealth builders? Today, I have got the guy that I hired to help me grow my social media just a few years ago. I've actually had him on the podcast a couple of years ago. Okay. So it's time to do an update because his episode was one of our most favorited from the fans. So maybe you guys have seen this guy before. Maybe you've seen him at some of my events. I've got none other than Ryan McGinn here. What's up, dude?
Glad to be here. Appreciate you.
Bro, you know, last time, I think 2 years ago when you were on the show, you were talking about how you like wearing little short shorts on your things, and they just always perform better.
They do. Sleeveless shirts and short shorts.
Yeah, it just works.
I
don't do that anymore, but I tried it for a couple.
I've been wearing more sleeves though. That's personal preference.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot has changed, dude, since we first started working together.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a beard now.
You got a beard, and you don't have colored hair.
Well, that's actually going to change. It's
coming back. Well, you get more views when you have colored hair.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a fact.
It's a fact. You can't debate.
I know you do. You get more views with that.
So I'll tell the story of how we met, and I'll let you kind of talk about your story a little bit. So for those who are curious, I got on TikTok back in 2020 when really no entrepreneurs were doing it. Everybody was like, that's a kid's app. You know, everybody's just dancing, doing their thing. And I was like, nah, I think this like short form thing is going to be pretty important. So I just started making TikToks, and that first year in 2020, I made them all myself. I filmed it on the TikTok app. I edited it on the app. There was no editors. There was no companies.
Yep.
It didn't exist, right? Today, you guys are lucky. You got Pineda Media. You got all these resources, right? And I ended up getting, I think, to like 400,000 followers that first year, just literally by myself. It's crazy. And then, you know, I think in the early 2021, I saw you, and I saw you were like an entrepreneur guy who had like really good edits, and you had these subtitles that, you know, everyone uses now, right? And I was like, dude, I like this guy's stuff. And then what ended up happening was I saw Grant Cardone using those same subtitles, and I was like, Grant Cardone's on TikTok now. He's using these same. I wonder if, because like I haven't seen this before. And I was very heavily like into TikTok watching the trends, because IG didn't even have Reels yet.
Yeah.
And I just DM you on TikTok. I was like, bro, are you doing Grant Cardone's freaking TikToks? And you're like, well, I can't say. And I was like, let's get on a call. And I was like, let's get on a call and talk about it. And so we got on a call, and I think like he might have been your very first client.
He was like number, I think it was 3 or 4. He was the first one that was actually paying enough to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, the other guys you're probably just doing for free or whatever.
Everything
right?
to that was like case studies.
Yeah, they're case studies, right? Yeah. So he's your first paying customer. And I was like, bro, like, just do that for me. You know, let's roll. And so I was like, just take up my podcast clips and chop them up. And so that's what we did.
Yeah,
you know?
And you went from like 400 to $1 million.
Yeah, I don't know that I went to $1 million the first year, but I mean, like right now I have 1.2 on TikTok.
You were like a super early adopter. Like that, I know we were talking about it like a little bit ago. Like there was not like there weren't no educators on TikTok. Like that was like, I mean, like I did a lot of like what is the norm now just to stand out because it was so unique. Like I didn't make anything in the app. I don't even know how to really work the app. I've always filmed with a camera, edited it on my computer, and posted it to TikTok. Yeah. And you were like, yeah, I'm doing all this by hand. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah. Seems so inefficient.
This stuff didn't exist. Like, and for reference, I believed in TikTok and everything. And so I was just doing it. But I did 2 per day for a whole year straight. And that's what it took. That was how I learned to do short form content really well, because I just put in the work every single day. I didn't miss a day. And, you know, I just started figuring it out.
Yeah, that was, I mean, when you reached out to me, That was also too, like I made it a point because I didn't want to be an agency guy that didn't have a following. So like I was posting one. I've always been a one posted.
But all these agency guys just have fake followings.
Yeah, everybody has fake followers.
Yeah,
like, the whole internet's full of fake followers.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just always made it a point. Like, and even still now, it's part of my brand. I'm like, I sell viral. So if I'm not going viral, I don't sleep well at night.
Right.
You know, because I don't want to sell it if I'm not doing it. So that's my entire focus. You know, and we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So I ended up hiring you, and obviously, like, our relationship has grown, and we've filmed a lot of videos together. You've spoken at my events, and
yeah, you have great events.
Thank you.
They're always fun. Good events. They're great events. I was talking to John. I was like, yeah, last Pineda event was worth like 50 million views for me.
Just from all the collabs you did.
Just from collabs out front. Literally.
Hey, by the way, guys, WealthCon, July 11th to the 13th. I don't know when this is dropping, but you got one chance. Wealthcon.org. It says,
I'll be there
now or never.
Minutes.
Ryan will be there. You collab with him. You can collab with me. You can collab with Brad Lee. You can collab with Brandon Turner. You can collab with all these amazing big
King
people.
Keto.
Oh, yeah, Brandon Carter, one of your clients as well. He's coming in.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yep. So, yeah, it's an amazing thing. But, yeah, let's talk about this, man. I mean, your story, people can watch the first episode if they want. But, you know, I know you tried a bunch of things in the digital marketing space. You're in fitness, and then you got into this, and here we are, right?
Yeah.
You said, you know, one of your pitches was, hey, I want to help people go viral. Whereas for us at Pineda Media, it wasn't like about going viral. My whole pitch is like, yo, if you're an entrepreneur, I want to help you do social media so you can just make more money, like for your business. That's the whole thing, right? And so when I look at social media as a whole, you know, and I think about it as a business owner, there's like multiple metrics I personally look at, so I know others are too, right? So the metrics would be, yeah, we want to know how many views we got, we want to know how many new followers we got, but we also want to know how much money we made. That's the main thing, right? Especially because, as you know, with an agency, if people aren't making money, they're not going to renew. So to that end, I know that views have been your biggest focus, and your philosophy is to do anything and everything to get a view.
To a degree.
No, you're like a view whore, dude. You're like,
okay,
I'll literally do anything to get a view, short of OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Yeah,
but like you said, like there is a, and I mean, I'm experiencing it now. Like I think there's a trade-off. Like you have to get views to grow.
Yeah,
but then there needs to be an ROI. And I mean, especially for clients, because that's the first question like we talk about is like, oh, if I'm paying you 10, what am I getting?
Yeah.
And I do think there's I don't want to say industry problem or cultural, like it is hard to track views. Like I know they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to hit a specific ROI from 1 million views.
Yeah.
So I've always been so focused on it because, you know, from my entire history to this point, everybody who's big is just big because they get views. So it's like you have to get views to get big. And I also worked with a client, Adley Stump, and she was like a viral prankster, and she was the first person I ever worked with where that was like I was showing her followers every month. And she was like my first paying client, you know, previous to Cardone, and she was, you know, like, Ryan, I don't care about followers. And I was like, I didn't understand that because I was like a direct response marketer. Like everybody I talked to was like, followers equal money. You sell to your followers, yada, yada. And she's like, I don't care about followers. I just want views. Like views are what pays me. And it was like a mindset shift to be like, okay. And she's like, views fix everything. I was like, what do you mean? She said, well, if you don't get followers, you get views, you get followers.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not,
views are like the top end funnel.
Yeah. So that was like just a mindset shift. And also she was a very broad reach prank content.
Got it.
So by editing her videos, I was like, how do I do this for education?
Right.
Because I'm not going to, you know, make fun of people and, you know, do stupid shit, you know, just for that type of, that's just not what I'm into. So working with her, I was able to, you know, that's where like a lot of the broad reach hooks started coming from, and like broad topics, and like, okay, well, we can educate on this or we can talk about this. But she really forced me to, you know, rethink my whole strategy of, let's just get as much reach as possible and see what happens.
Yeah, no, 100%. So for you, I know the last couple of years, that's been your whole philosophy and ideology of like, hey, views are views. Let's just get as many of them as possible. And my philosophy has always been, well, not all views are created equal, because I have seen like a lot of our students, they might only have 10,000 followers, yet they make $1 million, right? Way more than YouTubers who, get millions of views and they're not making money, right? And so I've always been like, well, let's get the right kind of views. Let's attract the right kind of people. And then let's create great funnels and products that cater to our audience. And it's basically the same philosophy I used. Like, basically all the businesses we started have come from like audience demand. I don't just like invent new things and I'm like, hope they like it.
Yeah, it's smart.
Like I know they're going to want it because I hear it and I see it. But you and I kind of finally like had our head to head of like what's truly right. So I'll let you go to it.
Yeah. So we sold an event. Well, I say lack of selling an event. My ego took a hit. I didn't push it as hard as it needed to be pushed.
Yeah.
I didn't sell hard.
Yeah.
I expected it to do better and it failed. And then I knew, because you were filming with Luis, and I was like, I know he's gonna make me feel bad about this. I mean, in a competitive way. Like it wasn't like I know you don't want me to feel bad, but I was like, fucking Ryan's right. God damn it. Like, but yeah. So there is it's crazy because it's like I still see views are still like the thing, but to sell you have to sell hard.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to sell a lot.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that I completely took for granted. Like, because I think I shifted, because I mean, I've always been a hardcore direct response marketer like my whole life. But being that I guess I identify now as more of a creator. Yep. I fell into the creator trap. Yeah. And that's the creator, like,
I don't want to sell. I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't want to make my audience mad. And, I fell into that and I saw the results of that. I was like, shit. So yeah, now I'm going to be selling a little harder.
Well, okay, so here's the deal, right? I got so many philosophies, and good thing we do longer episodes now. So for those of you who have been frequent tuners to the show, appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed that we're going way longer now. It used to be like an hour was like I had this clock in my head. I'm like, at an hour, we're done.
I like long.
Yeah, and I just know YouTube wants, since we're talking about social media, like I know YouTube and podcast are pushing longer. You see Patrick Bet-David interview Andrew Tate for like 5 hours, and you're like, holy crap, that's crazy.
I'm streaming now. I go live every week for 2 hours.
There you go. Yeah. But I'm working my way up, dude. I can't do 3 hours. Like I got to take a pee break and all this stuff. Like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Like that's my sweet spot. I think like we can dive into stuff. So we got a lot to dive into, but let's talk about this whole views versus selling thing. So I come from the world of business before content creation. So, and I think most people listening to the show are also probably 99% business owners, and there are very few pure content creators. So I saw the content creators of these guys who prank channels, whatever, right? And their only way of making money was just AdSense and view dollars. Like that was it. They didn't have any funnels or products, and they're content making money that way. Then to your point, you see all these direct response marketers who they don't know how to create content. They just know how to create funnels and ads and they don't really have a following. And it's just like, they're only as good as their last launch.
Yep.
Really. So I do think that the pure content creator does have the upper hand because they don't have risk. They don't have to like worry about whether this big push is going to work or not.
Yep.
Dude, when we go spend 6 figures in a month, like on ads and stuff to like fill an event, I'm like, every time, even though it's worked, I'm like, I sure hope this works because half the time, sometimes it doesn't. So anyways, when I came into it, I was like, dude, there's got to be a middle ground, right? There has to be a middle ground where you're creating amazing content that people resonate with, but you're also still selling enough to justify creating more content for people to consume. There has to be some kind of monetization in place that, makes it worth it. Because very few people just make content for the sake of making content. They just purely love it.
Yeah. I think you start loving it and then it becomes your job.
Exactly.
I would be lying if I said I love filming videos. It's like, no, I have to film videos. Because that's my job.
Well, it is your job, but I'll say like baseball was that way for me. I was like, dude, I grew up loving baseball. And then you get drafted and you've done it for your whole life. And you're like, damn, dude, we got to play today. And you're like, I shouldn't take this for granted or like not like look forward to it, but it's such a grind.
It is.
And when it becomes a job and a career versus a game and a fun thing to do, then it, you know, I even see golf going that like with me sometimes. I'm like, dude, I'll be on the course and I'll freaking have a couple of bad holes in a row, and then I'll catch myself cussing, and I never cuss, and I'll just be like, what am I doing? Like, why am I?
Well, you're very competitive. Like,
I know.
I saw you pick up golf. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do an event, like a compete. Like, I was like, I feel like
sure.
I mean, that's how I am. I'm that way with CrossFit now.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I just want to work out, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do a competition.
Exactly.
Oh, now I'm like throwing up.
Oh, I love to compete. I love it. But anyway, so you know, I'm like, there has to be a happy medium, right? Where the worlds collide, and I think you're starting to see that. I think guys like Patrick but David do that well. I think Hormozy does it well. I think, you know, like these entrepreneur professionals like a Ryan Serhant does it well. You know, Cardone leans more on like the hard selling side, but he still makes good content, right? So like, I think that the middle ground is where entrepreneurs need to live.
Well, my biggest takeaway from like, well, you know, call it a failure, was you just have to have both. Like, they have to be separate to a degree, and it's like you have your reach and then you have your selling. Like, and I just didn't. I guess I didn't take that as seriously as I feel like I should have. I was like, fuck, okay, but moving forward.
But you got to remember, for you, it also depends on the product that you're selling. So, like for you, your product has been, hey, I'm only going to work with like high level people who already have followings, and I'm gonna help them get even bigger followings.
Yeah.
Because you have like what, 18 clients?
15 clients, 18 accounts. So.
Yeah, and they're all big people, right?
Yeah, I mean everybody. I mean, they're all over 100,000 on YouTube. They're all. I mean, most all my accounts are 1 million followers plus.
Yeah,
that we work with.
Yeah, because you're already like saying, you know, you charge high ticket. And you're
10K.
Like, 10K. You're like, yo, you want to work with me? It's 10K a month, and you got to already have X amount of following, because we're not like building people from the ground up.
Yeah.
Right. It's dude, honestly, because at Pineda Media, we're half the price, and we do help people from the ground up, but it's hard. You know, it's really hard what we do.
It's tough. I mean, because it's same with, I mean, so I have other accounts, like I'm growing accounts from, like I have like side accounts that I'm growing to sell affiliate products through. It's like a hobby of mine.
So is it you? Or
no, there's faceless accounts.
Okay.
Theme accounts.
Got it. Okay.
Like they're like, I'm experimenting.
Okay.
Just because I want that passive.
Are you just
income.
reposting other people's stuff or what?
I mean, well, I'm using it. I repost other people's stuff. Like we find clips. It's health. Like I have a health oriented one. So it's like more biohacking.
Can you say what it is?
Yeah, Health Geek.
Health Geek?
Yeah.
Is it on TikTok or IG or what?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up while we're talking.
Yeah, we just had our first viral. It had a 5 million a couple days ago.
Nice.
Got 33,000 followers from one video.
Are you just reposting Brandon
reposting
Parker?
clips, and I'm also filming too. So I use it also as a way to grow my account too.
You said Health Geek?
The Health Geek, I think.
Oh, the Health Geek.
Yeah.
Oh, I put Healthy Geek because of wealthy.
But we're selling affiliate products through it.
Yeah.
We're saying Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain.
Yeah, on it the neurotropic.
Oh, I see this. So you just started this.
Yeah, it's like 45 days old.
This can't be. You only have a couple hundred followers on IG? That's not right.
Yeah, IG's so slow. It's TikTok just hit 30K.
30K on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are reposting Brandon. That's funny.
Well, anything health. Like,
yeah, you got Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I got Rogan. Like anything that. Well, because I know, because of my clients, I know what topics tend to cause the most controversy and get the most views. So we just find.
What's
clips.
the biggest controversial thing in health?
Salt.
Really?
Yeah. Like Stan Efferding, because we work with Merrick Health, is a TRT provider. We do a lot of work with them, and Stan Efferding is like and whenever he talks about salt, he goes viral. Like it just causes everybody to lose their shit. Like,
so testosterone's not the viral thing, salt is.
No, testosterone, I think it's suppressed. Like,
oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just think I don't think it's like hardcore suppressed, but I think it's throttled.
Yeah,
like because they don't want
people just getting shooting up.
They don't want people to be men. So, but
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, just we look at like
I thought maybe like vegans or carnivores or something.
Carnivore is popular. Carnivore, if you talk about carnivore stuff, you tend to get a lot of views. Salt, it was just weird. Like that gets a lot of views.
You know what the number one killer of people is? It's not cancer. It's not
obesity.
I mean, it goes hand in hand with obesity. It's like sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar's like the worst drug.
Makes sense.
Like, because people, you can avoid alcohol, you can avoid narcotics, but it's very hard to avoid sugar.
Yeah, it's
myself included.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, and sugar just like whatever to your blood, it just like creates these clots and
that's I mean, I'll have to find some videos about that.
yeah,
sugar.
Talk about sugar being like this is the hook. This is the deadliest drug in the world
that you don't even know you're consuming.
That all of you are taking right now.
Secretly killing you.
It is.
Yeah.
Sugar's the worst. But anyways, back to just views and
growing accounts.
Yeah, growing accounts and finding the happy median. So like for us, like at Pineda Media, one thing that I told them was, and this, we just started 3 months ago. You've been doing it for a while now. So like we're just like realizing, we're moving and shaking and adapting and pivoting. But one pivot that I realized was, for people who are just getting started, I used to say, hey, just like you, let's just focus on content. Don't worry about monetizing. Let's just make some really good content and grow. Problem is, if people aren't making money, especially they're not these high level people you're talking about where they can spend 10K and they don't, even if it doesn't like work right away, they'll see it through because they're making money.
Yeah.
A lot of people who, are starting social media, I mean, they're successful, but they ain't got it like that to just let it not make any money. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try and get people some wins right away. Like even if, you're not going to get the views you want right away just starting out, but can we help them optimize funnels and do something so that, dude, they can get like a deal that ends up paying for that month? Like that's the goal, right? So I've kind of even gone more on the monetization side for those clients because I'm like, yo, if they're going to keep staying, we're going to have to figure out how to help them.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make money. Like, because content's expensive. I don't think
it is.
People don't realize, like, it's not just videos. Like, it's time, it's hours filming. It's like, I mean, and you essentially, you become a creator. And then when you're a creator, you have to constantly come up with topics, constantly be filming, constantly traveling. Like, I get more views when I travel. Like, so it's like, if I sit at home, I don't get as many views. So it's like I have to spend money to travel. Like go to like your event. Like it's really good for views for me. But you
also do other things at the event.
Yeah. I mean, but I started treating content as like that, I guess more transactional. Like I need to invest in this.
Yeah.
And it's just tough because like I think people start out and they come right away with I need to make money from this video.
Right.
Which is and you did it for a while. It's like it's the wrong mindset to have if you really want to grow.
Yeah.
Like you have to go, okay, I'm gonna make videos. I'm probably not gonna make any money and I have to do this for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna post them no matter what.
Yeah.
And then at some point you get a following now and then you can monetize.
Yeah.
And then like I just always, with new people, I think they start with the monetization like fast.
Yeah. There's for sure a happy medium where it's like you don't want to just be pitching every video, right? You do want to make great content that's just organic and amazing. But at the same time, you've got to figure out how you're going to end up, monetizing soon because you'll run out of money. You
will run out of money.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Well, and I've seen it with a lot of people, like at our last workshop, somebody brought it up. Hormozy talked about, hey, the longer you can delay, asking for stuff. And Gary Vee has talked about it too, right? Like the longer you can delay asking for stuff, like the bigger the reward is down the road. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. But everyone's runway is different.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're like Alex and you sold a business for $50 million, yes, you don't have to ask for anything. You can have a runway that's extremely long. If you're Gary Vee, the same thing is true. He doesn't need to ask for anything.
Yeah, he gets 100K a talk.
Yeah, no, dude, he's 250.
Oh, is he 250?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do
I've tried to give him at WealthCon, but
250 is a lot.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Maybe one day. But the point is like their runways are obviously extremely long. My runway is not that long. Like I would love to never have to pitch. Like seriously, it'd be great. But it just ain't like that, Like for us to do what we got to do, I have to, right? And
it's like livelihoods too. Like you have employees, you have people.
Yeah, so like I have to, and so now my runway is longer than most. That's why I've been willing to spend $40K a month on content for many, many months.
Yeah.
Because I understand I will get an ROI on it. It's worth it in the long run. And I can make it in the short run too. Because that's the thing with content. Like long run, it's always worth it. But, can you get there?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yep.
Can you keep it going and sustaining to get that ROI?
Well, I think it's also too, like, in my opinion, like creating the product is the easiest part. Having the audience to sell to is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Like, and same thing with ads. Like creating the product is easy. Getting the ad to work in front of millions is hard.
Right.
So it's, anybody can create a product.
Yeah.
It's like, but nobody wants to put in the time to get the following. And that, I mean, I kind of like lived and died by that.
Yeah.
And that's more or less like where that philosophy has come from, being that, because I've witnessed it. I did it myself. I used to sell hard when I had 10,000 Instagram followers. And then I would sell, like, let's say I sold a $3,000 workshop.
Yeah.
First time I launched it, I sell like 10. It's like, awesome. Made like 30 grand. Sick. I'm rich. Awesome. Then I was like, oh, let's launch it again. And then you sell
crickets.
Then you sell like 6.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, let's do it again. And you don't sell any.
Because you're selling the same pool.
Yeah. The limiting factor is you need more followers.
Right.
So it's like, I always understood that, that's why like people like yourself, Cardone, they're like, put me in front of everybody. It'll work out.
Yeah.
But there is a happy medium. And I think that, and also too, I became a creator. So it's like, I had like this negative connotation around selling, which is completely unjustified. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Because I'm a really good salesman. I'm like, why am I even thinking about this? Like, I should sell. Let me flex that muscle.
Well, but also too, like with selling, you got to also know your audience. So like people who follow me or whatever, like they're entrepreneurs and business people. Selling is like 101 of business. If you don't sell, you don't have a business.
Yep.
So like everyone understands it. And those who don't understand it probably ain't making money. Like they probably actually don't even have a business because they don't get it. But if you're like in the just pure content space, like you're doing pranks, you're doing this, like, well, it's different, right? Those people are there to be entertained and like they're like, oh dude, freaking, I don't want to hear this crap. Like, and the things we sell actually help them. It's not like just some random thing.
It's not just selling to sell. Like they're good products. Like,
well, they're catered towards the person who would watch this.
Like I do think there's a shift like culturally that is like, and I think content creators have kind of forced us that there's like the negative connotation against selling, especially if you're an influencer and you have followers. It's like, oh, like it's not good enough that you just make, get all these views. You have to make money from us too. Yeah. So I think that there's that like mentality. But again, it's also, I do believe in, like, I think people are now selling more from their personality, not so much from like a specific offer. Like a lot of people buy your stuff because it's you. Right. Like, and that's where the views, I think there's a shift, like, because like, how does a watch video make you money? It's like, well, in your case, like, well, you have a lot of watches. They're expensive. How'd you make the money to buy the watches? Yeah. Now I want to learn more about Ryan. Right. Like, so it's like, I think that the personality is starting to weigh a lot more heavily. I know Gary Vee talks about this too. That's where he's like the jab, jab, right hook. Yep. And same thing with Hormozy. Like, he just doesn't need to sell anything because he's rich. Like,
that's and that's my point about runway too, is like, for a lot of clients who get a Pineda Media, like, they don't have runway. It's like, yo, we got to make some money now. And so it's like, man, that's obviously harder because you're sacrificing long-term for short-term, right? Versus if you don't need to sacrifice any long-term because you're already good short-term, then you can like really amplify it. But, you got to put in work to get there to make it worthwhile. Like I do envision a day where, I have some big exits or whatever the case is, and like I won't have to sell as much, right? Yeah. And like that'd be great, but I'm not there. And it's okay. And like people who are just getting started like on social media and stuff, it's like, man, okay, their runway's not as long because if they don't start to see an ROI in the next 90 days, they're going to quit. And even though they know it should take longer, like that's just the reality of what it is.
Well, it's also too, like, I think like courses, like everybody sells courses. Like I think the nature of like, if you buy a course, like the people that buy your course, what happens? They take the information from the course and then they start making videos because all the uniqueness that is going to make them stand out, they just learn from your course. So it's like content creators also put a paywall in front of like some of their best stuff that when I look at it from a virality standpoint, that shit's usually stuff that you should be giving away for free because
Yeah.
you're going to go viral. And then if you don't do it, somebody's going to buy your course and then do it for you. And
Yeah.
then they get the credit for that because the internet by nature now, it's not who created it. It's the last person that said it.
Right. So even for us, like I've realized that too. Like we actually are starting to post like 3-hour trainings and stuff, like to just take stuff from behind the paywall and put it public. And it's great. You know, it actually leads to more sales and it helps more people. And yeah, to your point, like if people are going to buy your stuff, it has nothing to do with like you're guarding a big secret, because that used to be the thing. You want to, improve your health?
Yeah.
There's the big secret.
I got this product. It was to give away the what and the why, but sell the how. That's like marketers live and die by that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the nature of content now is they don't care about the what and the why. Just give them the how.
Yeah. And then your product needs to stand out in a way that's different than just say the how, right? So it's like, yo, why would you join coaching? Well, do you want to be a part of a community? Do you want to go to these dope events? Do you want a coach who's going to be there with you and accountability?
Yep.
Do you want the calls with Ryan live where you can actually ask questions to him and get him answered? Like those things are, you just can't do that.
Yeah. I think, you have to sell. I mean, that was like, I was like, shit. Like, I think I hoped for a world where it would be like, I didn't have to. Like, I think that was like subconsciously, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just mention it on my stories. And it'll sell.
Everyone will buy.
Yeah, we'll sell it. Or it's like, okay, that didn't work.
Well, so let's go back to this and just creating content and stuff. So, one thing, I think there's two things that play here. One is, the type of content you make and the people you attract. And then two, how often you do sell to them. So one thing that you and I have always somewhat agreed/disagreed on is the type of content to make. So you've always been like, dude, let's just make viral videos, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And every time like we film something, I'm like, dude, what are we talking about? Like, this is so stupid.
Luis is like, say this.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, this is so dumb. Like my team sits with me, we're just like, whatever. So anytime you see like a really freaking stupid video that got over 100,000 views, it was probably them sitting with me and I'm just like, I cannot believe we're gonna make this video. This is so dumb. And the dumb stuff works.
Yeah.
Like, to 100%, right? Like it does work, and that's why I do it, even though I'm just like,
I'm the same way. Like I ask people questions. I'm like, why is this popular? I mean, cauliflower ear was 13 million views.
a cauliflower video.
Like cauliflower ear.
Oh,
Like, why is 13 million people interested in that?
yeah.
Like,
But so here comes the thing, right? It's like, all right, for me, I still want that like out of the box video to still relate back to what I do in some way. Because at the end of the day, if it's just some random cauliflower video, that's probably not going to get a follower, right?
Yeah.
But if I talk about a watch, to your point, it's like, oh yeah, that can relate back to like, oh, how did he buy that watch? All right, cool. Cars, same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
And then like I do a lot with my family stuff. We do a lot like, man, the homeschool thing is getting popular, and people are like, man, how's this guy able to homeschool? Like, how does what's he do to be able to justify that? And then
How much does it cost?
and then then they go down the road and they're like, oh man, dude, well, I want to better my kids' lives and I'd love to homeschool. Like, I hate the school system. And then
I need to make more money.
so like it all goes forward versus just me doing a prank video
Yeah.
that has no context.
We've switched up a lot, like as far as like, I feel like I get a bad rap because I'm like the anti-niche guy. Like, anti-niche. It's like, well, no. Like, what people don't understand is like when those videos go viral, like let's say 1 million people watch that, for that to go viral, at least half of them watched it to the end. So they watched the whole video. Now of those 500,000 people, that's when they're going to see all your other videos. So like of 500,000 people, it's like, oh, he's got a real estate, flipping video. Let's send that to like, 150,000 people like flipping. Let's send that. And it's like, oh, he has one about, homeschooling. Let's send that to the parents, like 300,000 people like that. So it is an overall bigger picture strategy.
Yeah.
That I think people get, like they see the viral and they're like, okay, they get stuck on that.
Yeah.
It's like, I still make, like on my own personal account, I make videos about making videos here and there.
Yeah.
It's just a very small percentage because I know that they're not going to get the views.
Well, you got to also know that you're not selling anything to the masses. So when you're only trying to get a high level client, like by nature, there's just not many of them.
Yeah, no, they're unicorns.
Like, it just like you're gonna actually probably get them with nothing to do with like them reaching out to you.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be you doing outreach.
I mean, most of it's word of mouth.
Exactly, right? So like you're kind of in that boat where you don't have to pitch, right? But then the moment you do want to throw an event or sell something, and you go into pitch mode because the event ain't gonna sell if you don't.
Yep.
Then you start to realize like, okay, so who actually follows me?
Well, that's the thing too. It's like, you know, I do like, obviously I'd rather have a large pool of people to start with than a small pool of people, even though like, you know, because in sales, it's like, yeah, you could have the 10 right people, but statistically I'd rather take 1,000 and just, I know the 10's probably in there. Yeah. You know, so I mean, it's just reshifting that mindset to be like, okay, well, you know, because I didn't know for the longest time who followed me. Like, you know, and even still, like I did a free event and I had to pitch a free event. Like I had to sell kind of a free event. Like,
free event.
like just because it was free, like, I mean, and I pitched at the event. I got a client there. So it's like I had to pay for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, you know, it's just a balance that, you know, I think creators need to be okay with selling.
So the one rule that I've always had, and we've talked about it at our workshops and stuff, is like, I call it the 2-to-1 rule, is that I want to do 2 broad videos and 1 niche for every 1 niche video. So like one of the problems is I agree with you on the anti-niche. Like if I only made real estate videos, I would only be at this level. Like it's just, there's only so many people interested in real estate, right? If I never talked about my family, watches, cars, you know, just making money in general, ube ice cream, which is popping off right now. You know, like
Panda Express,
just like so many dumb things I've talked about, right? Growing a beard.
Yep, growing a beard.
Growing a beard has like crushed.
People struggle with that.
it's a real struggle. But like that's a broad video where it's like, yeah, that has mass appeal. Like I don't know anyone that doesn't want to grow a beard, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think like you do want to do those broad videos. And if you do 2 of them, ideally they still relate back to what you do is what we're talking. Just don't make random videos for the sake of making random.
Well, it's also like a broad hook to a specific video. Like I think people, like you could do broad hooks. Like there's a perfect example. Like I made a video about video editing, and instead of just, it was about, you know, jump cuts, you know, and like, or where your eye line is. And then instead of just saying like, here's why you should do the eye line should be level when you edit your videos, that's a hook. That's only going to get seen by like 12 editors.
I know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so I said, here's a trick Hollywood movies use to keep you watching movies longer.
Right.
And that video got like 500,000 views.
Yeah.
Because it was more targeted towards Hollywood.
Yes.
It was still a video editing video, but it was targeted at Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I feel like we do a lot of that people don't realize, even though they are like,
I wouldn't have realized that.
Yeah.
But I would have counted that as a niche video.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, so I think people just, they get so niche specific that, you know, like you said, they just reach, they don't.
Here's how to cold call sellers.
And there's like 5 cold callers like, dude, this is a great video. Or realtors are the worst at, it's like they just make videos for other realtors.
I know.
Like,
dude, realtors might be the worst social media people of all time. Like I tell them that all the time. I'm like, guys, I was telling our students this who are realtors. I was like, if I look at your Instagram and it's just pictures of your houses for sale, I'm kicking you out.
That's like so terrible.
Like you're not a magazine. You're not like advertising homes for sale. It's like you need to, this is about you, not the home that you sold.
Yeah. They're the worst. No disrespect to realtors.
No, but like they need the most help is the point, because everything they've been taught is completely wrong with how to market yourself. Showing just listed, just sold. It's the dumbest post ever.
And there's so many different, like, I'm like, how do you actually know if you sold a house? Like, is it when it's listed? Is it when it's under contract? Is it, I'm like, I have no idea. Like, and all these realtors are like under contract. It's like, did you make money? Or is that just like, is that going to go away?
That's pending. That's
pending. Yeah. See, I didn't know it. But like,
I do, because I'm one of, you know, I'm in the space, but yeah, most people who are not.
And then also it's like, once somebody buys a house, most people aren't you and have hundreds of homes. Like they buy one house.
Yeah.
And then they stop watching real estate videos after they buy the house.
Right.
So it's more from we work with a gentleman, Ryan Fisher. He's a fitness guy. And I was like, after somebody follows your program, where do they go? Mm-hmm. Like, cause they're not gonna stay in your program forever.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna get bored after like 6 months.
Right.
Like, is there still a reason to keep following you? after they've stopped your program.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, like, I think there's a lot, like that's powerful because that's personality.
Yeah.
Like you're following for the personality.
I also think that, well, actually, I'll get to my second thought here, but to finish my first thought about the too broad versus niche, I think, like, to your point, if you can do a broad base hook for a niche video, that's the ultimate win, right?
Yeah.
But even for me, I always am like, all right, I'll do these stupid videos Ryan wants me to do, plus like whatever else. I'll do 2 of those, and then I'm gonna do one really giving them a ton of value on real estate or content or, you know, any of the things that, you know, I want to sell.
But
right?
even real estate's a broad niche.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because it's basically investing.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like even real estate, one would say that's
everyone's
a niche.
interested in real estate.
Yeah. They all want to buy houses. They all want to make money, and it's an investing
Yeah.
thing. So it's not really even real estate.
I would say real estate's the best investing niche because
Yeah.
like stocks is like niche, crypto's niche.
Well, it's like, because you take somebody like, let's say, like underwater basket weaving or some shit. Like, yeah, like that's super niche. You're not going to get very many views.
Yeah.
But like even, you know, health, like it's a huge niche.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like only doing carnivore
My
videos.
health videos do really good too.
Yeah. Well, health is like everybody's fat.
Everyone's fat.
Like, everybody's fat and lazy and, you know, unmotivated. They're all
Only in America.
only in America. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, I think that just people get so stuck because this is where they like kind of listen to the Gary Vee and he's like, have a Lego account. It's like, okay.
What does that mean?
Like
I've never heard that.
Just about Legos. Like he pitches that like in a lot of his talks. He's like, be the best like Lego person. And I was like, okay, well, that might be, you know, Lego is a pretty big niche, but still like you're going to tap out
I'm
pretty
the Lego
quickly.
guy.
Yeah. You're an adult fan of Legos. My dad is too. So like, I have respect for the Legos, but
I don't think I've ever like built a full Lego.
but the whole point is just the building. It's not the finished product, right? Isn't that why you like it?
Yes. I don't know.
I haven't
finished
built
one.
a Lego. I haven't built a Lego.
I
in a
do
long
like
time.
the movie though.
Oh, I haven't seen the movie. But yeah, I just think people get so niche down that they don't get any reach, and then they don't make any money because they're not reaching anybody.
Right.
So that was just, I mean, but there needs to be a balance.
Well,
I've learned that.
to me, I think the balance is too broad, one niche. I think that is a good guideline for anyone to follow when it comes to short form anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, if you're looking to grow your real estate investing business, whether you're just getting started trying to get your first deal or you're trying to scale and get to the next level, you need to join us at Wealthy Investor. We've got events every single quarter that are absolutely crazy. We've got online coaching programs where we have Zoom calls, a community every single week. We give you everything you need to know to start your business, scripts, processes, SOPs, all of it. It's for you so that you can dominate. So if you want to learn more about how to join our community and be mentored by me and some of our top coaches and be around other students who are absolutely crushing it, go to wealthyinvestor.com, apply for a free call with my team. Once again, wealthyinvestor.com, apply for a call today. Now, I also think another thing, you know, when it comes to selling, well, actually, I have so many things I can talk about, but what I was going to say earlier was that, you know, people kind of go through phases just in general. It has nothing to do with you. Because I've even had people tell me this. They're like, dude, Ryan, you know, I used to watch your videos. And I'm like, used to? What happened? Why didn't you watch them anymore? Right. And for whatever reason, like, you know, they just don't really do it. Like, and it was a phase of their life. And so like, I'll get it where people are like, yeah, I used to watch it when I was trying to like flip houses, and maybe they don't anymore. I get them when they're like, yeah, I used to watch like, you know, your side hustle videos, your couch living, like that was great. And it was like, maybe they never progressed beyond that. I don't know. Right. But even when I think about like my consumption, it was like, man, yeah, I was watching a lot of this guy like a few years ago. Now I don't watch him. You know, I was watching this guy recently and I'm really into it, and this guy's crushing it. Right. And I don't think it has anything to really do with them. It's more so just like, that's my interest at that time in my life. And now it's no longer.
It's like seasons.
Yeah.
It's like my shows, like Vanderpump Rules. I love the show. It's like trash TV, but it's like 12 episodes and it's over.
Yeah. So like it goes back to your point of you got to constantly be growing your following base, because even, you know, having people who have followed you for a while, like they may become less engaged.
Yep. When they get bored of you.
Yeah. But that's it, right? Like how much more can Ryan say? He's already said it a million times.
And they're tired of hearing it. They'll come back around. Maybe when you stay like, oh, he's talking about his car now. Oh, I have that car. I like that. Let's watch that. Like, yeah, I mean, it is, but it's also too, like at the end of the day, it's like everybody's just trying to like there, it's hard to put a price on relevance, like, because that's what
You're just trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, that's what I see as the biggest. Like that's what I sell. It's like I sell fame and relevance. Like you want to get stopped. Like, you know, if you go out on the strip, you want somebody to walk up to you, and there's a direct correlation from how many times you get recognized outside and how many views you're getting online.
Yeah, there is.
Like, you know, that for somebody, you know, with an already established back end, that's you know, that's worth a lot of money.
Yeah. It's funny. I had Tim Ross here on the show last week. He's a very famous Christian podcaster. And I think he's probably got the fastest growing Christian podcast in the world. And him and I went to go eat Brio after the show, and I was dropping him off at the airport. And we had we were sitting outside, like these people come and walk by me, and they're like, dude, I thought it was you, Ryan, but like I had to stop and like park the car and like take a picture. He's like, and I'm coming to WealthCon next month. I was like, tight, dude. That's awesome. Right? Then the manager comes out and she's like, hey, you're the guy from the TV commercials, right? I was like, yeah. And so like we do that. And I was like, dude, I'm not this famous. Like, trust, like this is
but you are.
But no, so this is the funny part though. As we get up to leave, because like there was this other couple sitting by us, younger couple, and you know, they're just seeing this happen. They're like, who the heck are these guys? They're just taking pictures with people, and like everyone's recognized, like, what's going on here? And we're walking out, and she goes, hey, can I just ask, who are you? And I was like, I look at their shirts, and it said something like investors, and it had a house. And I was like, do you guys flip houses? And they're like, yeah, we flip houses, and you know, here in Vegas. I just go, how many flips do you guys got going on? Like, we got 4 or 5 going on. I'm like, that's awesome. And she's like, so what do you do? And I'm like, I don't know how you don't know me, but like in my mind, I'm thinking this. I'm like, you're in Las Vegas and you flip houses, and like, I'm one of the most known house flippers in the world, and I just happen to be right here in Las Vegas.
How do you not know me?
Yeah, and I'm just like, how don't you know me? In my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm not like saying it egotistical or narcissistic. I'm just like thinking in my mind, like, dang, like I'm really like not that known as you think you are. Because you'd be like, dude, if you're in Las Vegas and you flip houses, there's no way you've never heard of me. And then like, but it is.
Yep. I think people wildly underestimate, I think, how many views you need to get to be like recognized
truly,
like everywhere, like a Jake Paul or a Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because I mean, my TikTok, like, I got 100 million views, like lifetime on my TikTok to this day. I don't get recognized that often. Like, and that's a lot of views.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, I think people, they do not understand the capacity at which you have to be going viral.
Oh, 100%.
To like
truly
be like a Logan Paul or a Mr. Beast or something like that. Like, I don't think they can't fathom the amount of views that have to happen.
Well, it just makes you realize too, like I had another funny story. I was at my golf club, and I was golfing with this business guy. He actually has a fitness company. They do really well, 8-figure business. And he's like, dude, do you mind if we bring this caddy? He's a young kid who's trying to go pro and stuff. I'm like, yeah, like, let's go. Like, I think that's great. So, you know, caddy comes, he's like 24 years old. And the guy's like, yeah, dude, Ryan, he's doing real estate right now. He's doing wholesaling. I was like, oh, nice, dude. You got a deal? Like, tell me about it. And he's like, I did 40K on my first deal. I'm like, that's sick, dude.
That's awesome.
And Jason, who was with me, was like, wait, you've never met Ryan or heard of him? And he's like, no. And I'm like, wait, you're at a caddy at my country club that like, you're supposed to know all the members anyway. Yeah. Like, that's your job to know the members.
So you give me your tips.
Yeah. But that's number one. But number two, you're 24 years old and you've never like
seen me?
Seen me? Really? I'm like,
it's interesting.
But it just goes back to your point. You're not as known as you need to do way more than you think to be successful.
You need to be way more exposure.
Which just goes back to like what we were saying with your event. You're like, oh dude, like it's gonna crush. It's like, no. For me to sell WealthCon, 1,000 people every event, people don't realize like
how much you have to sell that.
Every
day, emails, ads running in the background all the time.
Literally every day.
Yep.
Multiple times a day. People just don't know the lift that it takes. Like, oh, well, of course you're going to sell it. Like, freaking, you're not. It's like, no, dude. If I didn't talk about it, it wouldn't sell.
It's like you have to promote. It's like clubs, promoters. They have promoters that promote. Like
yeah, like Hakkasan nightclub is like people know what it is, but it still needs to be promoted.
They need promoters to
every
get people
night.
into the nightclub. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like, yeah, it's just people don't realize that. And even me, like I took it for granted. I was like, I didn't sell enough. Like, but I think, you know, even back to the thing is like, I still take views over. Like, I still want more views. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's my personality.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't like even track my views. So like, it's definitely not. I definitely track my businesses more than I track my views.
Yeah, I mean, it's a metric. Like, you know, I just if it gets views, it's a good video.
Yeah.
Like that's my scoreboard.
So one thing I was going to talk about, and I think that where you have a disadvantage and others who only do short form is that long form does create the true fans and buyers.
Yeah,
and
I would agree.
It goes back to like, okay, just think about any buddy who wants to do business with you. Like in real estate, we say that in order to, you know, get a deal with the seller, you got to at least touch them 7 times. Not just touch them, but like, you know, call them, tag, like you got to talk to them like 7 times before they're finally willing to do a deal with you. Right. It's very rarely you talk to them. Oh yeah. Nope. Numbers sound good. Let's do the deal. Like that never happens. Right. Even if they're hot, it's like, all right, cool. Let me get back to you. 1 touch. All right. 2 touches. All right. Let me see the house. 3 touches. Like that's what it takes to get a deal. With short form, unfortunately, and content, my philosophy is they need to like you got to touch them at least for 7 hours before they're willing to do something. And so how do you get 7 hours of like content? It ain't going to come from 30-second videos.
No, that's a lot of 30-second videos.
Yeah. Like they're going to have to watch something like this. And which is also, you know, when I think about it and I just subjectively go to my events, like the number one thing people tell me is they're like, dude, I love the podcast you did with Ryan McGinn. I love the podcast you did with Cardone. I love the one you did with this guy. It's like they paid money to be at that event. Like they've watched 7 hours.
I think I've been a great. I'm testing streaming, like
that, and that's a great way to get there too.
Yeah, like that's what I'm because I realized I'm like, okay, because you get a lot of exposure, you need a little deeper connection.
Yeah,
like
you can't go deep in a 60-second video.
I mean, you're constantly top of mind, but you're not. There isn't that depth or that substance. Like So it's like, I think I've hit a point where I'm like, okay, I need to like, I'm gonna start going live. I'm gonna do 2-hour-long streams, and for me, it's just easier. Like I'm like, and
you don't have to get all this stuff. And
this is expensive. Like I can just sit in my chair and then have my nice camera.
Well, I'm super blessed that I'm in Vegas. People want to come see it because a lot of people too, they want to come see the office and see how we operate. So it's like a no-brainer for people to come. Like
I want to, I mean, I have a small studio but I didn't buy it with the intention like it was just for an office for myself and Luis, so we didn't have to work at home.
And that's new too.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, you guys like got a little place now.
Yeah. About a year, I think. Yeah. Like now I'm like, I should have got a bigger one because I want a wall like this and I want a podcast set. And it's but I'm keeping those expenses low.
We're focused on net profit here.
Yeah, because I learned all about margins in the last 6 months.
Tell me, what did you learn?
Oh, when you hire people and expenses go up, and if you lose a few clients, revenue goes down, and
margins
Ryan doesn't make any money.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, but everybody else is making money. I'm like,
welcome to being a business owner.
Yep. I was like, oh, I signed up for this. I signed up to not make money and pay everybody else.
Yeah, they were telling me that today. Brian was like, hey, just so you know, we're probably not going to make money this month at Wealthy Investor. We might even lose a little bit of money. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that obviously sucks, but like, I get it. I get why, we're spending, like the month before WealthCon, spending all this money on the event. You're spending money to do the final like payments to the venue, the vendors,
the
deposits. We're paying like all these. We're doing a final push of ads, like six figures this month on ads to fill up the event. We're you know, paying like these consultants and people that are coming into the event to help us optimize. Like, you know, there's so many, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of like event or expenses that usually aren't there.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but ideally next month makes a lot.
It's profit.
You know, so it's just like, it's more like a timing thing than it is, you know, just like a bad month. It's just like, that is what it is.
Yeah. And I mean, it was the first time, like, cause you know, my agency is what, 2.5 years old now.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's through the honeymoon phase. Like now it has problems. Like now it has things I have to fix. It needs attention and I need to hire for this, or like, let's optimize this, or you need to do SOPs, or you need to hire this person. So it's like, you know,
one thing you'll figure out too is like you know, as you grow, there are going to be people who like were great when you were at this level, and then they're no longer capable for the next level. What's
also too, like, cause it's very expensive to have very high quality work. Yeah. Like, and for the expectations,
good people cost a lot of money.
Yeah. For the expectations that we get, like if somebody like is hiring us, it's like, we must go viral. Like, you know, so it's to do that. It's travel expenses. It's, you know, I don't have very many, like I have a few overseas editors, but they're all oversaw by American editors. Like, so it's like the hierarchy of like the company structure has to be, we can't make spelling errors. I need to, like, we have posters. Like, I think people, this is just all like new to me. It's like, oh yeah, if I just outsource all the edits, I can make a whole bunch of money.
Dude, but, you know what's funny is, and that like, that's to the degree of, hey, you know, you kind of get what you pay for, right? So we were in Cabo last week. We took our Tykes NFT holders, and then I also took our company. It was like a sick.
Yes, I saw your stories.
Oh, dude, everyone's like, "When's the next one?" Like,
it's awesome.
It was awesome. But one thing, so we stayed at the Hard Rock in Cabo, which, you know, it's like I would say a medium resort in Cabo. It's not, you know, like the hotel I usually stay at in Cabo. By the way, for anyone who wants to go, you should go to this hotel. It's amazing. It's called the Grand Velas. And I freaking love that place. It's probably $1,500 to $2,000 a night, if for like, I don't know, the kind of room we get, which isn't even like a crazy room, right? Hard Rock, on the other hand, was like $700 a night. So, you know, there's a big price difference, but $700 a night's still pretty expensive, right?
It's a nice hotel.
You know, they had all these amenities and stuff. So it was better for the event because I wanted it to be more affordable and also have like cool things for people to party. And the Hard Rock is like a party.
It's like a party hotel.
Yeah, it's a party hotel. But, you know, so I brought Mindy, and one thing we were just talking about was like, holy crap, like this is not the Grand Velas. You know, like, but it's the same thing. It's a hotel in Cabo. Like, it's built nicely, yet the staff acts completely different. The cleanliness is completely different. The service is completely different. The food is complete. Like, everything is definitely a notch below. But like, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, like, I love the Wynn and the Encore. Like, that's my favorite place to stay in Las Vegas. It's significant. Like,
you don't stay at the Excalibur?
No.
What, the Luxor? No?
I'm beyond that. We're at a different stage in my life. But I do like, I stay at the Palms too. I like the Palms just because it's off the strip and it's near my CrossFit.
It's remodeled. The Palms,
but like, nice. There is a significant difference of how you feel at the Palms versus how you feel when you walk.
The Palms is a good analogy for the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Well, actually, don't we even...
You have a Hard Rock now, I think, don't you?
I think it's coming back.
There used to be a Hard Rock.
There used to be a Hard Rock party, and then now I think it's actually coming back.
It's Virgin.
Virgin.
Yeah. Which is basically Hard Rock.
But Palms is a party.
Yeah, but it's there's just a feeling, like, and same thing with, like, you know, with the quality of edits, and like, I don't think people realize, like, at least even clients, like, even the industry, like I pride myself on, like, paying my editors really well, but it's actually caused a problem on margins.
Yeah.
Like, and it's also like I bonus for a lot of my team, you know, when it comes to edits.
Yeah.
The bonuses are now when we do
if
like
a video
30,
goes viral.
We do 30 to 40 viral videos a month.
Yeah.
So that's $4,000 extra in bonuses that I'm paying out.
That hurts the margin.
You know, and it's like, but I want them to be incentivized by the bonuses. It's like, okay, I need to charge more. We need to do this. It's like,
well, what you should do is like charge the client for the, you know, like, hey, I get a bonus and I'm not even making money from this. It's just like, I would happily pay that.
Yeah,
you know,
we've started to incorporate performance incentives, like, but it's also too, it's like, I mean, we limit it to 10 on any platform. So it'd be like and it's $1,000 per 1 million view video.
Yeah.
But if I'm also slapping you every month with like another 10 grand in viral video bonuses, like how long would you pay that based on like, well, am I making 10,000 from these views?
Well, you were saying it was $100.
Well, we pay the editors. The editors get $100 bonus.
Yeah.
But I say from a client perspective, like, dude, for every 1 million views,
you've been doing $1,000 per
test. I'm trying it. Like,
okay.
You know, but I also like, you know, because the average client, like, we go viral every week. You know, is like, you know, that's a healthy account in my world.
Yeah.
Is like 1 million views a week. So
yeah, I can tell you 1 million views of like some random video, you know, it might not be worth it, but you know, if you got 1 million views of a real estate video, for sure.
Yeah. So it's just, I think the industry is also kind of maturing as to like what views are worth as well now. Well,
you know, what's funny is like views have like always had a worth, you know, it's CPM.
Yeah.
Cost per milli. So it's like, if you go on, I don't know if it's mill or milli, but if you go on YouTube, it'll say like, hey, this is your CPM. This is what advertisers are willing to pay you per 1,000 views. And like for prank videos, it's like $2.
Yep.
For
finance,
like, I mean, I ours was like, I don't know, $30, $40.
Wow.
You know? So it's like, not all views are created equal, which is what we've been saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, so we can kind of even do it now. It's like, okay, me eating ube ice cream video is probably a $3 CPM.
Very bare bottom.
Right? But me talking about real estate, it's probably a $40, $50 CPM. So it's like, it's literally 20 times as valuable. So if you just do the math, would you rather have a 50,000 view real estate video or a 500,000 view ice cream video?
No,
the revenue would say the $50,000 real estate's better.
I'd want both.
Well, let's just make both.
Yeah, I just want both.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's definitely like the. I mean, even like the short form industry though, it's like it's interesting because it's very hard to value short form content.
Yeah, and by the way, my metrics are based on long form. Like that's YouTube long form. YouTube shorts are not valued.
Yeah.
Anything. TikTok's not valued. Like they don't give you anything. What have you made in the creator fund? I'm gonna look online.
I got a payment for $13 the other day.
Oh, that's
and
sick.
I think I got like 16 million views.
Bro, I don't even know if I've ever even set up.
Facebook's a silent. I average like like 1,500 to 2,000 a month from Facebook right now.
Really? I don't think I make anything off Facebook.
Like Facebook's like, they pay pretty well. I mean, and that's just money for not. I'm just posting the videos.
I haven't even
like free money.
I haven't looked at like my like TikTok creator fund thing. So the last 7 days on TikTok, 1.2 million views.
Yeah. 1 million views a week is healthy.
Yeah, that's good.
That's where I like to sit.
Where would I even see how much I make?
I don't even know how to work the creator fund.
I don't even know if I do it anymore. I remember people were saying like, oh, if you do the creator fund, they're going to suppress your views because they don't want to pay you. Did you hear that?
I did hear that. I don't think that's what they want to do.
No, that makes no sense.
Because that's a bad business model for them.
Why would I want to make videos if like you just like I'll make more from the views than whatever the creator fund pays.
But yeah, Facebook, if you're not on those ads, those are.
Dude, honestly, I don't know that they have the creator fund anymore.
I haven't seen anything. They have like TikTok Pulse now, which is like for longer videos.
Oh, really?
They're trying to push longer videos.
Yeah, dude, I don't see anything on TikTok. Interesting. Because I know, didn't Reels get rid of their thing too?
Yeah, Reels got rid of it too.
Yeah.
But Facebook, I don't know how they're still doing it, but Facebook has ads on Reels, and that's, I mean, 2,000 is not nothing. So it's worthy of paying attention to.
Yeah. 65% dudes, 35% women. Philippines is number 2.
Look at that. Your people.
My peeps, 73% US, 5.7% Philippines. That's good. This is interesting. 17% on TikTok are from Houston. That's odd.
Texas.
LA is 15, Chicago 13, Dallas 12.
Yeah,
Dang, that's a lot of Texas people.
I mean,
And then Johannesburg. Isn't that in Germany?
that's South Africa.
South Africa. Dude, I don't know anything about geography. My wife always makes
Well, it makes
fun of
sense
me.
that you have a Texas following. I mean, because you talk like religion, like conservative, like
That does make sense.
that would be my indication.
Las Vegas ain't on there.
No, it's not that big.
Yeah, Texas is a lot bigger.
Yeah, I'd rather have Texas.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense. Why
yeah.
Texas would be.
I'm just with the shift of your content. I mean, that would be what I would say.
I'm gonna look this up. What have you learned recently about social media while I look up my IG stats?
It's harder to go viral.
It's getting more competitive.
More competitive.
I just hit 350 today.
Nice.
That's a win. 350 on IG.
Nice. And I people aren't following like they were. That's
Like
something.
hitting the follow button.
Yeah, like if generally like, you know, a year ago, if we got 1 million views, you would see like 10,000 followers. Like it would be like, it's pretty like
Consistent.
Now it's like 1 million views. You might, unless it's a heavy educational video, they skew higher, but like you can get like 1,000, 2,000 followers from 1 million views.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Like, so you have to go viral more, like to get more followers.
Mm-hmm.
That was just something that I've noticed. I think people like the algorithms are just getting so good that I don't think you need to follow people. They're just going to.
It's just going to show you it
It's
anyway.
just going to show your content either way. So again, making it harder to kind of.
So to your point, you're like views are better anyway.
I mean, just for the exposure, for the familiarity,
Right.
like because that's all. It's just top of mind familiarity. Like, I wish they would tell us a stat of like how many times you showed up on somebody's feed before they followed you.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
So I've had a good month. 4.8 million accounts reached on IG.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
My IG's been my TikTok was not doing so hot like last week, but I just had a 2.5 last week.
So to give people some stats, on IG, 2.6% is the biggest city at New York. Then LA's 1.7, Houston's 0.9, Vegas is 0.8%. That seems weird. Like, how was Houston those things so high?
I don't know.
Like,
A lot of
how was it 17% of 1 million? That'd be 170,000 people in Houston. There's no way. That doesn't make any sense.
the algorithms do some weird shit.
TikTok's thing. There's no way that stat is right, but that's what it says. 77% men. I bet yours is all dudes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I have like a little. I mean, well, it's based off like the videos that kind of go viral too. I generally,
It's all dude stuff.
dude-based videos.
Yeah. I'm going to guess on TikTok, you're like 85% dudes.
Let me see. I'm trying to pull up creator tools here.
All right.
I get terrible service at your office.
Yeah, our office doesn't have great service. It sucks. But yeah, I think long form is definitely like how you get buyers.
Yeah, I mean the ads are. I mean, and even ad revenue on long form like that. It's
way better.
It's way better. Like, I hope that I like the idea of the streaming. I think it's a good happy medium because I like the live aspect.
Oh, dude, I know a lot of people that kill it streaming.
Yeah, so
And then you can repost it too.
Yep, and then I will be selling on my lives.
Yeah.
because it's.
But what do
very
you sell now? Since you don't really have a mass market product, you only.
Well, I mean, I'm making a mastermind.
Oh, okay, you got a
gonna
mastermind.
I'm gonna say because I can't. We've hit the point like I can't work with a lot of people. Like the agency is so high level and tiered that like it's $120,000 for the year to work with me. So it's like there's only so many people that's hitting, and then I have a large audience of people that follow me. You know, from other stuff like editor, short. Like I mean, apparently I'm the guy to follow for short form content agencies. And that's where a lot of my live, you know, I didn't know that till I started going live. That's most all my questions are helping people
build their agency.
Which is like, it's just I'm helping my competitors, you know?
There you go.
It's like, oh, you're stuck at 50,000 a month. Here's why. Like,
that's funny.
You need to hire more people. Like,
that's funny.
But yeah, that's, that's been, so I am going to be doing a mastermind,
For those guys or what?
I mean, I'm sure that's a lot of who's probably going
An
to
agency
join.
mastermind.
I mean, I love working with creators though. Like it's like, like the big creators that like, it's like, hey, make this video. And like they make that video and it crushes.
Hey, one thing you told me that I found interesting before we started was you were like, yeah, dude, like the margins get tight because I have to go fly to all the clients and do this stuff. And I'm like, do you fly to everyone? And you're like, the majority can't do it over Zoom like you do. I was like, wait a minute. These are all like higher end people who know how to make, you're telling me they can't sit on a Zoom and just knock it out? You have to do it?
There's an energy. I don't know. Like we haven't filmed in person with you, and I want, like, Luis is like, we need to, like,
we've never done it in years.
Yeah. Well, you started, you were just like, it was just clipping podcasts, you know, and it was like, and then it morphed into when, I had a certain client that I worked with for a while that style of sitting and talking to the camera was born out of necessity because I was trying, like, the account wasn't growing.
Yeah.
And I gave a very bold claim of I can get you, 100,000 followers in 90 days. And I wasn't going to hit that mark, and I didn't want to edit for free.
If he was just doing the same thing he was doing.
Yeah.
He needed to switch.
Yeah. There needed to be a switch, and I was like, well, let me come film. And so I got on a plane.
So you flew out to him.
And then we filmed 100 videos, and they crushed.
Yeah.
Like, and then that kind of became the new norm.
Yeah.
Of shit.
Well, I remember you telling me, because we were working together long before that, and you were like, hey, we really need to start doing these. I forget what we even called it at the time, because it wasn't a thing yet.
No.
It was like direct filming.
Yeah, direct to platform was like
yeah, we were calling it something
DTPs.
like that. You need to get some DD. Wait, isn't that a wrestling move?
DDP. He's a wrestler. Yeah.
Oh, Diamond Dallas Page.
Dallas Page, right?
Yeah. He gets freaking DDP. Yeah, you were like, we need to do that. And I was like, I don't know. You just chopping up my podcast is really easy. You're like, no, it's getting great results. And I was like, all right, whatever. So that was the first time, like, we did it over Zoom, just like sitting for 4 hours.
Well, it's also too, like, we do multiple hook variations. Like it's more efficient. I don't want to say it's better. Like, I mean, because people can do it over Zoom successfully. It's just 3 hours on Zoom, you might net you like 20 videos.
That's about right.
3 hours in person is going to net me like 100.
No way.
We average. Well, I mean,
you're not doing 100 videos in 3 hours. There's no way.
I have one client who I can't mention. We did that. But we do 50 videos a day. We do 2-day shoots. So it's like, that's the average now. It's 50 videos, 3 hooks.
50 videos, 3 hooks. So that'll be 150 videos.
Yep.
And it takes 2 days to do 50 videos.
No, it doesn't take, we could do it all in one day. It's just the quality of video.
Yeah. You just get tired. And whatever. So you're getting 25 videos in a day.
No, 50. Like
50 videos in a day.
When I travel somewhere, I need to get 100. Like
100 unique videos.
100 unique videos
hooks,
with
so
3
that's
hooks.
going to give you 300 videos.
Variations. And then that gets dispersed across, 30, 60, 90 days. And then we look at the data and then go back.
But I mean, if you're getting 300, you don't use all the variations.
No, we don't always use the variations. So, some is like, we just have like a folder.
Yeah.
So it's like, if like, hey, we can't get to a client for a month, or, so-and-so doesn't want to film, they're burnt out, like, cause that's a real thing too. And the longer you work with somebody, it's harder and harder to come up with topics.
Yeah. 100%.
Like a new client, it's like 100 videos. It's easy.
Yeah.
Like, let's make these videos, like break you down. Like, we'll do the 2-hour Zoom. I learn everything I need to know about you. And then we film first batch of videos. But then it's like, like Brandon Carter, we film 80 to 100 every 6 weeks for the last year.
That dude's crazy, dude.
Yeah. But I mean, he got 106 million views.
Yeah.
Like, we're posting across 6 accounts. Like, it's like an aggressive
6 accounts.
Yeah. We have multiple clip accounts. Like,
he's crazy.
But the irony of that, all of the views
I love it.
came from his main account. Like, the main account.
You're spending time, folks, doing these sub accounts, and they didn't do much.
I mean, they help. Like, but it was like the Tate strategy, where it's like, but all the views came from, where we were posting 6 videos a day, two across multiple accounts. Now we're just posting them all on the main account.
Yeah.
And that seems to be, three posts a day is like what I've been doing on my account. But I post, Luis gets aggressive with like my account, and we post like basically 9 videos a day, 3 variations. That's like I call it the oh shit protocol. If like accounts aren't doing well and I'm gonna get a text from a client, hey, my views are down, because like I like to forefront those. I don't like it. So we do 3 videos a day, 3 variations, and we do that for 7 days. And if the video hasn't gone viral,
I don't think I've ever texted you about views. So who's the least maintenance account?
I mean, technically Cardone.
Cardone's low
very
maintenance.
easy.
Yeah.
But I want to say he's also very easy because he speaks viral. So he does it. It's very low maintenance, and he always gets results.
Yeah.
And that's his personality. Like it's more him. I mean, but most of it, I've like fired clients because they were too low maintenance, because like, I need you more involved, because this is like a thing, so that but for the most part, if the views are happening, nobody's talking.
Yeah.
But when the views dip, then I get the text.
Right. I think I've texted you maybe in regards to my account less than a handful of times.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, also too, it's like certain clients are more long, like you've been in it long enough to, it fluctuates. Like if a client comes on and they're new and they get those spikes, because it's very hard to like we started working with a client last month and they got 40 million views. So it's like, I don't know if we can do that every month. Like we're really good, but like, I don't know if I can do that every month. Like, so then they start getting the dips, and it's, you work.
Why am I not getting 40 million every month?
Yeah. That becomes the expectation. Like we've had a couple accounts, I mean, one client I worked with in the past, like 7 videos in a row, and when it got 1 million views back to back, and that became an expectation. I was like, I don't know if we can do that again. That was a fluke.
Yeah.
Like I'll take it.
Yeah.
But
it's a dub.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to make that happen every month.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, most everybody, again, too, it's the level of the client. Like they get it. It's more the ebbs and flows of views, plus, but there is like, it's weird. Like people are very dopamine attached to their views.
Yeah.
It's very emotional. Like most of my texts with clients is dopamine based, as far as like, why is this? Why is this? Dude,
honestly, I try to like not look at it.
Oh, I do. I just look at the overall number, like on my own. Like I don't want no part of what's going on in there. I just want to make videos and post them and get views.
Yeah.
It's like, because that shit fucks with you, especially comments.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't ever look at that stuff. But what do you think about like the power of TikTok versus IG? Because I know for sure, even though, I have a third of the followers on IG or even less, like it's far more valuable.
Yeah. IG is like, it's the business card. Like it's people are used to buying things on IG. It's a little more mature.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing, like, I think people undervalue TikTok from the angle of it's cool.
Yeah.
Like if it's doing well on TikTok, it means it's culturally cool. So it would do well everywhere else. So I think that TikTok's like the barometer for cool, at least with content and like what's being sold.
Yeah.
But people don't, I don't think they value that enough on TikTok.
I haven't seen anyone really like monetize TikTok a ton, other than like if like their TikTok fame led them to something. But like as far as like actually monetizing the views, like in the way that we do with Instagram, like I'll do stories and then like people buy a ticket to WealthCon, whatever, right? Like I can do reels and lead them to a DM, and that ends up being, a close. But TikTok, we just like, it's just there for like brand building. But it's not like,
it's relevance. It's really,
but I'll tell you this, like my COO Javi, who you've met, we did an episode together here. If you haven't watched this episode, make sure you go watch it after this. We'll link to it down below. And also make sure you're subscribed, guys. If you're not subscribed,
you probably have by now.
No, actually the stats say they haven't. Let me actually, you know what? I see all these other podcasters doing it. And even though I say I don't want to be like,
begging for subscribers.
Yeah. Like I'll beg for sales, but not subscribers. Like I never like do that. Which is like an odd thing to think, like, oh, freaking I'm above asking for a subscriber.
Yeah. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. That's like the creator like sales pitch where it's like, that's acceptable to ask for. It doesn't cost you anything. Graham is my favorite with that. Graham's always like Graham Stephan.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
He's just always like, make sure you smash the like button and all this stuff. And he's like, it's free. It costs you. Like he'll make a joke about it.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah, he's very good at that. Costs you nothing, guys. It's free, but it would help me. I got 85% male on YouTube, but let me tell you the subscribers. Watch time from subscribers, 78% is not subscribed.
Wow.
On the watch time. So, if you're one of those 78%, which probably 4 out of 5 of you watching this right now, I can tell you are not subscribed.
You should subscribe to the podcast.
You should subscribe. If you do, and you comment below right now, I might give you a ticket to WealthCon. I might have someone go through the comments and be like, I'm a first-time subscriber. And even if you're a first-time viewer, like you can say that, hey, I just found your channel because I was watching this idiot, Ryan McGinn, and I was interested in him. Or you can be like, hey, long-time viewer, first-time subscriber, first-time comment. I'm okay with either. So
just as long as you hit that button.
Just as long as you hit that button. I am guaranteeing I'm going to give away some WealthCon tickets. So my editors are going to have to make sure this gets out before WealthCon.
Oh,
so
no pressure.
No pressure. I forgot what I was talking about before that.
I don't remember either.
I'm just going into hardcore subscriber mode.
Yeah. You know
what I was saying was, so like with TikTok, it's hard to like monetize it in the way that you can with IG or even YouTube.
There's a whole, like the e-com world monetizes really hard on TikTok. Like it does well. We work with a gum company.
Yeah.
And there's a direct correlation of.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there's, cause like you can go like your viral products and stuff. Like I've seen that a lot.
Like they went viral. They got like 3 million, and it was a interesting statistic. It did like a $90,000 spike in sales.
Yeah. All
of it was typed into Amazon.
Wow.
No bio link clicks.
You know what's funny is, back when I used to like look at my, like his sponsors would like email and stuff all the time. And there's always this stupid water bottle company that
the coldest.
You've probably seen it. Yeah.
I made a video about
did
them.
you?
Yeah, it did well.
I remember they would always like DM like, hey, we'll send you a water bottle if you talk about it. Like essentially that was the pitch.
Just put it in your video.
Just put the water bottle in your video, talk about it. You get a free water bottle. We'll even give you like $5 or something. It was like some ridiculous. I'm like, do people do this? Like, this is crazy if anyone would accept a free water bottle for like a video. Like, this is ridiculous.
Wild. Like, I mean,
but guess what? They're probably selling because they're probably just spraying and praying. Like, I'm going to just email 1,000 creators and some dummies are going to do it.
Well, that's like the UGC model. It's like user generated content. That's what a lot of them do. It's like they just they just hope you make something, and enough of people do that it's worth it for them to send out the product.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, you're not going to get me to make a video for a water bottle. I'll just go buy a bottle.
I'm fine buying my own bottle.
Like, I don't need you.
Hey, you know what's cool? What I was going to say about Javi was, so he actually found me on TikTok. Like he tells the story all the time. He's like, yeah. So, I was on TikTok. I saw Ryan, and then I joined the coaching program, and then,
and then he became the operator.
Yeah. So TikTok has paid for itself. So just know the work I've paid you for.
It works.
I'm in the red.
There's an ROI.
I'm in the black. I'm good.
No, I think TikTok. Like, I mean, I was reached out to by the. Like, I don't make, really sell anything through TikTok but I was reached out to by the head of marketing at RCA Records. I was like, from a TikTok DM. I'm like, that's cool. I don't know where that's going to go, but like.
Dude, you know what? I need to check my TikTok DMs. Like, honestly, I've met some good, I met you in TikTok DMs, but, I remember I hadn't checked my TikTok DMs for months. And then I had saw Lewis Howes DM me. I was like months ago. I'm like, dude, I just ghosted this guy. And
probably worked in your favor.
Well,
why is he so busy?
That Ryan's hard to get. And
then he spoke at your event.
Yeah. And then, we became buds, and I messaged him, and, and then he spoke at my event, like you said. And he, I didn't even know this. He was basically saying like that was the first US event he's spoken at in 2 years.
Wow.
I was like, wow.
He's taller than I expected. He's
Yeah.
a big dude.
Yep. So yeah, no, Lewis is a huge dude, man. He's like massive, making me look like a little. Somebody was like, "Dang, dude, you're tiny." I'm like, "No, I swear I'm not. Like, I'm a normal sized human.
Yeah,
I'm actually above average for humans. I'm a small athlete,
Small athlete, normal size human.
normal size human." But yeah, so TikTok has worked out.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of great connections. I can't say that like direct sales have been
Yeah,
great,
I mean,
like connection wise, it's been great.
If people are saying that there's a lot of directs, I don't know if I would believe them. Like,
No, you want to know who's the one guy that did it? Is the guy you just were hanging out with, Jason Capital.
yeah, he knows how to sell.
Well, he was. I remember he was one of the only other guys when I was on, like in 2020, doing videos. I'm like, who is this guy? Everybody just talking smack about this guy. Like,
Oh, they love to hate him,
dude, yeah, they love to hate him. I was like, man, I don't know who this guy is, but he makes freaking like stuff that makes you want to DM him and click.
Yeah, he was like the originator of DM closing.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah,
So
he was the first guy.
yeah, I ended up. I saw him for like a year, and then I got invited to go to a mastermind he was holding in Puerto Rico, and I was like, I'll go to Puerto Rico. Like, this will be fun. And so I met him and like all these other guys who were in the direct marketing space. And at the time, I was not a direct marketer. I was a content creator.
Yeah,
You know, I'd never run an ad. I'd never built a funnel. Like, I never did any of that
that
stuff.
was like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Or-
2 years ago. Yeah,
I remember that.
And I was like, bro, how do you, because he was like, yeah, dude, you know, we kill it on TikTok. I'm like, what do you do? He's like, you know, we're making over $1 million a month, like on TikTok. I'm like, what? I was like, how?
Yeah,
And
I think he was going ManyChat. It was
yeah,
it was ManyChat in the bio link.
yep. So he was doing that, and it just went to like his Facebook, and like I went through it just to like see how it played out.
Yeah,
And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, he's doing this off TikTok.
yeah. He was an early adopter on TikTok. Like, he was repurposing his stuff. He was the one that he told me to go all in on TikTok. Like when I even before like you were even a client. Like he's like you're really good at it. I think you should go all in on it. I was like, oh, okay, makes sense.
So you were already making videos, and he was like, yeah, keep it up.
Well, it was a mixture of like committing to the platform for myself as well as the agency side. Like, go all in. Like,
because you were doing like dating and stuff before, right?
I had I had like a smaller agency. Like, it was more like, you know, just local businesses. You know, I did that for a long time.
Just like running ads and stuff for him?
Yeah, no, I just organic content. It was like, they pay like $1,000 a month. Like, they were the worst clients ever though.
Yeah.
Like, so I hated working with them, but you know, it paid the bills for a while. And then prior to that, I had a YouTube channel where I taught guys to dress better to get laid.
Oh, jeez.
And then prior to that, I was a dirtbag affiliate marketer. And then I was teaching BMXers how to get faster on their bike.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were a pro BMX.
So
yeah,
that was like the journey. But it wasn't until TikTok. Like, TikTok was like the first thing that worked. You know, like, I guess, like, I mean, I did well with I had a lot of digital products in the dating space.
Yeah, that's what
with the fashion. Like, one of my best selling products was 7 looks to make her want to f you.
Oh, jeez.
I shared that when Davila, I did a podcast. I was like, he's like, what? I was like, oh yeah, it was like a Photoshop document, and it was like just 7 outfits with Amazon links.
With Amazon, so you're making affiliate too?
Yeah, it was a $5 product. I sold it for $5, and then I had like
how much did that product make?
I sold like 7,000 of them.
7,000 times $5
over the course
so
of like
35,000.
Yeah, but that was the loss leader. Like the money was from the funnel.
What did you sell them after?
Yeah, so the order bump, which was just like a little checkbox on the order page, that was another $5. So it was $10 total.
To get what? What did they get?
7 more outfits to make her want to you.
Oh geez. Okay, 14
Yeah.
outfits. Great.
Yeah, and then the first upsell, which was $29, was clothes to make her come to you.
Jeez.
And then the second upsell was Bad Boy Unleashed for $99.
Bad Boy Unleashed.
Because I found, like, so I frameworked out like outfits. Basically, I put them into, like, you know.
I should have known all this before I worked with you. But go on.
So there's 3 personas that women tend to gravitate to, and it was Wall Street, bad boy, and hipster.
Oh.
So if you have that persona,
I don't have any of those.
you kind of have a Wall Street-ish.
Okay. All right.
Like
I'll go with
finance bro.
that. Okay. Finance bro.
Like, but that's a status. That's a status look because you want to appear that you make money.
Right.
So if I told guys,
and you're a hipster right now.
I'm more like, I'm bad boy hipster-ish.
Oh yeah, bad. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because bad boy falls in like leather jackets. Like,
Yeah.
so I just categorize. And then when I was single for about a year, when I kind of did all the handsome guy dating stuff.
Oh yeah, that was your brand, right?
Yeah, that handsome guy secrets.
Dude, I still remember that. Like my first billing from you came from like handsome
guy LLC.
I'm like, what the heck is this?
I just killed that.
You just killed that?
I just killed that.
Oh, dude, I still remember that. I was like,
my Sam card, like it still says handsome guy LLC, like, but that's just like a merch account link, so it's like I can't really change it. But yeah, that was.
Dude, the team was. I forgot about this too when we were getting ready for the failed event. They were like, we need Ryan's email to get in on Facebook so we can start running some ads for him and stuff. And the email was like something crazy. It was something like from the dating space that was stupid.
Because I had it was so funny.
Like Bad Boy 12 or something.
Yeah. I have a lot of like shit that's
at
lingering.
AOL.com.
Yeah. Well, I think it was like testosterone and help because I had like multiple, like when I was an affiliate, I had like, my Facebook is Ryan McGinn 2. Because I had Ryan McGinn 3, 4, 5, 6, and I would get banned on Facebook. So the 2, everyone's like, "Are you his second?" I'm like, "No, it's just I just
That's
numbered
the one
them.
that didn't get banned.
That's the one that didn't get banned, and it became my personal Facebook account. Because I used to sell for a while I did well selling.
Did you ever have a real job besides being a digital marketer?
I worked at Lowe's.
Doing what?
Sold doors and windows.
I did not know that. How long did you do that?
I did that for 10 years.
10 years?
Almost.
You've never talked about this.
I know. I don't share.
Have you ever talked about it on a reel?
I talked about working at Lowe's, because I learned a lot of sales from working at Lowe's.
Bro, you should talk about that.
Yeah,
I would have never known that.
Yeah, it was a retail experience. I love retail.
So how old were you when you worked from Lowe's? I gotta learn more about
18.
this. 18 to 28. You worked at Lowe's. So that was like your first career.
This is my first career. I worked at Lowe's. I went to art school. So
you were always creative.
Yeah. So I went to school from like 9 to 11, and then I would work at Lowe's from 2 to 10, 5 days a week. And then I did well in the lawn and garden department, like lawn and garden seasonal.
You had the green thumb, dude.
I sold lawnmowers.
Okay.
And grills. And
you
all
sold John Deere's?
Yep. Sold tractors and shit. Like, it's so funny.
Did you get a commission?
Not that department at the time did not. There was no commissions for those. But they moved me into doors and windows, which was commission based. So I was salaried at $28,000 a year, and I never really made less than $65,000 working at Lowe's. Because it was all commission. And I was
you were selling the crap out of windows.
And I did all this shit that they told me not to do to sell. Like, they're like, don't give out your personal cell phone. Like, everybody had my personal cell phone.
I will sell you, your friend, your mom.
Well, because I wanted all the contractors to be able to get in touch with me, because a good contractor, they're going to buy a lot. They're buying a lot. So it was, one good contractor is like probably 100 windows a week. So, and averaging like $4 or $5 commission per window.
Got it.
It's like it added up really quickly.
Right.
So that was like I would come in on my day off, like, I'll run this order for you. Like, the funny thing is like every contractor always wanted a discount. They always wanted a 10% discount, and Lowe's discounts everything. So if you're watching this, you just ask for a 10% discount and they'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But the 10% discount would kill the commission.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, because it was based off the margins, like the net profit was the commission. So I used to change the margins and
so geez.
I don't know if customer paid the same, but there was creative ways which is probably why they got rid of commission-based sales at Lowe's. So
yeah, and probably
I exploited that.
Probably why they got rid of you.
Yeah. Well, no, I quit. I quit. I quit. I was like, they're like, because I worked there for 10 years. I went through all their management training. Like, I was going to manage a store.
Oh. And
then I was just like, this, I don't want to do it. Like, well, it was really the store manager.
I want to go teach guys
how to dress better, get laid.
Yeah.
But the store manager.
So you must have learned a lot of game at Lowe's, dude, for you to just go into the second career as hitch, basically.
Well, that was Jason Capital. Like, that's the only, he's like, yo, the fashion industry needs this. Let's make a product. And that was.
Oh, you guys made the product together.
Yeah, we were partners.
Oh.
50-50 on the Handsome Guy Secrets product.
So he had the digital marketing background.
Well, I was.
Why did he need you?
Huh?
What did he need you for?
Just another character. Just another face.
Oh.
They diversify the. And plus, we're friends, so
Yeah,
it made sense.
Let's just have fun.
Yeah, he's like, you're kind of into this fashion thing. Let's make a product. So we did. I mean, that was like we made up like a story about a hoodie getting dumped. Like it was fun. It was marketing at its finest.
So that was your next thing right after Lowe's.
No, Lowe's. I quit Lowe's to be technically to be a professional BMX racer, and it turned out BMXers don't make much money. So I started training people like to ride their bikes faster on the side to offset, because I had to move back in with my parents, and I was basically failing at life as like a 26-year-old.
Where were you at? What city?
St. Pete. I've always lived in St. Pete. I love St. Pete.
Okay.
But yeah, and then that's when I kind of discovered the internet.
So this was what year? Like, did you start?
I'm 40 now, so this is like 15 years ago, 16 years ago.
So late 2000s.
Yeah, YouTube wasn't a thing yet when I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned into like I started training people on the side, and then I met my good friend Elliot Hulse, and we read 4 Hour Work Week kind of at the same time. And Tim Ferriss said that you can only work 4 hours a week and you can get rich. Never been able to accomplish that.
Still trying?
He left out the fact that you have to sell a software company or some shit for like $20 million. Then you can work 4 hours. But that enlightened me to like digital products.
Right.
And I convinced my dad to make me a DVD because he was a video editor.
Yeah.
And about teaching BMXers to get faster on their bike. And then I was convinced I was going to get rich doing that.
Teaching BMXers how to get faster. Like at what point did you think like that was this big thing that could pop off?
I didn't. I learned a really hard lesson in niche marketing.
Yeah. And like these people ain't got money. Like,
yeah. But what I did, well, eventually the DVD never sold. So I started making videos to promote the DVD, and but I didn't help. But I didn't have all the exercises were the same. So you didn't really need to buy the DVD because I was giving away all the information for free.
Yeah.
But I started an email list. And then once I kind of got burned out and I hated riding my bike, because that happens when everything's related to, I'm racing to get paid. I'm selling DVDs out of my backpack. I'm like making videos about, training. And I just hated like riding my bike as a whole. Then I went into affiliate marketing, and that was some of the fastest, coolest money, I think, that ever was made by me.
Yeah.
I created niche sites like biggerarms.org, and they would be like hypothetical workouts. I had a lot of celebrity workout sites. One of the popular ones was Jersey Shore Abs. So it was, I actually got a cease and desist because I owned the Situation workout before the Situation owned his own workout.
Oh.
So they never could get it from me.
Wow.
Because I registered the domain before them. I actually had a hustle. Oh, I've never shared this before. When Twitter was brand new, this is like Twitter. Nobody was on Twitter. I went through and I registered all the names of all the porn stars on browsers.
Jeez. Okay.
And I would sell them their Twitter handle for $500. To the point where I started doing it for like other like B-level celebrities, and one of them was Jason Ellis, like Ellis Mate is he's got a show on Sirius XM.
Okay.
I was just a genuine fan of Jason Ellis, so I registered his Twitter handle. And apparently for like a year they did nothing but talk shit about the person who had their Twitter handle on his show. I had no idea. And then they hired somebody to basically, did anybody reach out to the guy who has and they didn't. And they're like, so he just reached out to me. He's like, hey, would you be interested in, selling us the handle on Twitter? And they're like, we're willing to offer you this. And it was an all expenses trip to LS Mania, which was here in Vegas at the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
They flew me out there. I got to meet Tony Hawk. Like, all for a Twitter handle.
That's so funny.
And then when I got there, I was like, I would have given it to you for free. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you just had to ask me. Like, I'm a fan. Like,
that's so funny.
Like, but that was that actually Jason Capital came with me. Like, I convinced it for me and one person. So I brought him with me.
That's funny. I paid $8,000 for the Ryan Pineda handle. And I also paid $3,000 for the Instagram Ryan Pineda handle. So I wasn't as lucky as this guy.
That was I had a lot of good domains. I sold websites. I had increasetestosteronenaturally.org. I built it it was an SEO site.
How much did you sell for?
15,000.
Yeah.
Probably could have gotten more for it. I had the envision.
I bought a lot of domains.
Yeah, because I had a lot of. At one point, I had 500 sites.
Yeah, so you were flipping domains.
Yeah, so I had a.
How hard is that? I've always thought about doing it, but
flipping domains.
Yeah.
I never flipped any domains. It was I would build the sites, SEO them.
Oh.
And then I would get them generating.
You go find a good buyer for it.
Yeah,
wants the leads.
Well, Flippa, you just list them and then they would sell because you could get like a few months of income. Because I would just put like ClickBank products on there.
Dude, you know what's funny is I remember before I got into couch flip. Well, no, I was flipping couches at this time, but one of my friends was telling me about this. So this was in 2013, 14. Mm-hmm. And I actually, about 2014. So almost 10 years ago. And he was like, yeah, dude. So I'm starting this new business where I make websites for like local companies, like AC companies and plumbers and all this stuff. And, we do this SEO stuff and we, then sell them the site or we sell them the leads and all this. And you can make great, passive income.
You could rent them out too, like the ads on the site.
He starts telling me about it. And mind you, I'm just a baseball player who flips couches.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, what is SEO?
That's funny.
Why would anyone buy this random website from you that's like Las Vegas AC doc? Like, I'm like thinking in my mind, this makes no sense. Like how you're going to make passive income, but whatever, dude. Like if you think you could do it, cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of affiliate marketing is like, I love it. Like it's like easy money. Just because there's no customer service, like it's just you're like a middleman. Yeah,
I had a guy on my podcast, Adrian Brambilla. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
I remember the podcast. I didn't know him prior to that.
Yeah. His whole thing is affiliate marketing, and he was also one of the early adopters on TikTok as well. I haven't seen his stuff lately, so I need to follow up with him. But he was just talking about everything he was doing and. How he makes 7 figures a year just doing affiliate offers and, he's good at building funnels and traffic. And so he's like, yeah, dude, if the commission's $300 and I can get the deal for $100.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But that's why I'm like, I want to grow little side accounts. Like that's just cause it's fun. But selling affiliate stuff, it's just like, cause the more you sell with it, also too, like you get special deals. The more you sell, like if you stick to one product and you sell, like you get higher commissions.
Yeah, I actually met Jason Stone, who does the Millionaire Mentor.
Oh yeah,
on IG, and I know he's killing it. Like we're just reposting stuff, and like people pay him to be, for a shout out on Millionaire Mentor, and like it's a good business. Like it's a side account.
Also, it's just I like to be a practitioner. Like. So when somebody's like, oh, you only work with the people, like they're already established. It's like, well, actually I grow these accounts for fun.
Yeah.
Like I always like to have that leverage.
Yeah. It's like, hey, they were famous before, but.
Yeah. But I also do this.
Yeah.
Like,
I can still do it.
So I think the world lacks that. The world lacks practitioners. Like.
Yeah. Dude, you know what I was thinking while we were just talking? You were talking about BMX and stuff and. Doing a course for how to ride faster. I was just thinking like, gosh, that's so dumb. I was thinking like, yeah, so dumb. But then I was thinking like, man, back in my baseball days, like, I watched a couple of DVDs, but like these guys were like the pros and, whatever. Right. And then I don't even know why this crossed my mind, but I was like, I wonder if I could make like a wealthy baseball freaking training program to help these athletes like work out and do drills. And I started to think about it and I was like, to be honest, even though I have like so much experience in baseball, I was like, it's been so long that I don't even know if what I'm saying will be correct.
It's
like
true, yeah.
with what everyone's doing because like the game is so different than what it was when I was playing. Like I'd honestly, because I remember when old guys would like give us hitting lessons, like they had these old school philosophies that like science has proven that's not how you do it anymore.
That's funny.
And we'd just be like, dude, like,
well, like that whole, and like Moneyball, the whole movie was like science proof. Like that.
Yeah. Like data says that, for instance, in baseball, when I was growing up, they'd always tell you, hey, swing down. Like you want to hit down on the ball. You want to get backspin. That's how you do it. And then like science is like, no, actually you want to swing up on the ball because the ball's coming in downward. If you swing up, your likelihood versus you swinging down and it's going down, it's harder. And sure enough, the last like 5 years, everybody acknowledges like, yeah, ground balls suck. We need to hit fly balls and try and hit bombs. Like that's the best optimal outcome, science wise. Yeah. And getting paid.
Makes sense. Yeah. That's funny.
So yeah, I don't even know that I can help people. I'll go help high school kids and stuff, but I definitely, I don't feel like, but to your point, you got to be a practitioner. So like for me, with wealthy investors, like I got to continue, doing real estate.
Yeah,
for
still
me
flipping, like still being involved.
Yeah, like I got to still do this stuff, and I'm working on bigger deals and doing different things, but like I have to do that in order to, keep going. And same thing with social media. If I'm gonna have an agency, to your point, all these guys had agencies who don't do it.
Like they're still the internet. Like, we'll do this videos this style. It's like, and then they're like, we guarantee we'll make you go viral, and it's like you have 12 views.
Yeah,
like,
you can't even make yourself go viral.
I'm like, and
that's our sales pitch. We're like, look at Ryan. Like he still does it. Like he's constantly learning and trying to optimize. Like we're doing the same things for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's the video industry needs more of that, because like I feel like at times I'm like, oh, I'm like Ty Lopez. I created the SMMA, but for short form video. Like, because
talk about a guy who killed it.
Yeah, Ty Lopez is awesome. Like same way. I mean, we were also like Dan Bilzerian too. Yeah, like he just posts like once a month, like or once a year, and it's like the most epic picture. He's like wakeboarding behind a yacht. I'm like, you've been disappeared for 8 months, and you come back with that, like. Okay.
Yeah. Ty is like an interesting case study because he went from like being such an early adopter of the internet. Like he's probably like the #1 guy.
Yeah. I mean, the Here in My Garage, I mean, it was the first meme kind of. It became a meme.
Yeah. Like he killed it. And then he ends up getting hated, and like no one likes this guy. And then he's making a comeback. Like people are like, yeah, we like Ty.
Yeah, he's coming back now. He's got like a health product.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I say it's like I don't know if it's any good.
Then he did his fund and he started buying, those businesses.
Well, he bought like Pier 1, like a bunch of like block
Dress Barn. I think.
Yeah, Dress Barn. So I mean, I don't know how that panned out, but
he tried to turn them into like, honestly, I think like affiliate sites. Like he tried to just use obviously everything he knows with marketing to, build, like he basically just bought the brand name. He didn't care about the physical locations or anything.
And then he disappeared from social media.
Yeah, he was kind of gone for again.
Yeah, he's still gone. He doesn't post. Same with like Dan Locke. Dan Locke.
Yeah,
sailor. He disappeared, but he got outed by that he was like running a cult or something. But he's. I mean, still. But
every like great like. Influencer guru like has a cult.
Yeah. You have to build a cult. It's
like literally that's what Russell Brunson says to do. Yeah. He's like, you gotta build a cult.
Like there's they teach building cults in the Satanic Bible. Like I don't know. Like, I read that chapter. Like I thought it was very interesting. But
I don't plan to.
No, it was like I was like, that's fat. I mean, it's like that it's used for evil. Like it's I like the like learning like.
But what's interesting too is like, I mean, you're bringing up religion now, but
I didn't mean to. But
I mean, I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But when you look at like what certain religions people would call cults, like Mormons, Scientology, it's like Cardone, Brunson, they're both on those two things. Like they're very successful in knowing how to create like a cult-like following.
Yeah. I mean, it was just, it's more just values and beliefs. It's like gathering people with the same values and beliefs and putting them in the same area.
Yeah.
With a singular figure. So it's like, it makes sense. It's like, I mean,
yeah.
Most people are probably involved in multiple cults. They just don't realize it.
But I don't think Scientology has like a singular figure.
No,
I don't know what they got going on.
Yeah, they actually, like Clearwater is not far from my house. That's like the epicenter of Scientology.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's an interesting area. So like you drive through there to go to Clearwater Beach. So it's like they have like buildings and like.
I've seen like they had that one documentary, like, is it Leanne Rimes or something? Like,
yeah,
I forget her name. But it was like leaving Scientology or something, and she's just going over all the crazy stuff.
That's, I mean, hey,
but you know what?
To each their own.
Well, regardless of that, it's like, dude, there's just crazy stories like in anything. You know, Christians have crazy stories. You know, you just told me a bunch of crazy stories that make me question whether or not, you know, I should, you know, keep working with you.
No, like that.
Just cutting them off like that. This guy. His past is too dark. He worked at Lowe's for 10 years.
I was committed to Lowe's. I had a 401k of like $20,000 saved up.
Where is it now?
I cashed it out and I spent it.
You took the penalty.
I took the $6,000 penalty. I took out 14. Well, I lived on that when I quit Lowe's and tried to ride my bike.
Isn't that crazy that over 10 years, like that's all you built up?
Yeah, it was bad. Like I look back crazy. Now, like, I mean, even like, I don't know, like the world is built on lies, like 401ks, like all that shit. The more I work with people like yourself and like Chris Crow, like it's like, I mean, my mom, like she retired from the city and she was supposed to have like a pension. And it's like, and she like, they like,
yeah.
And she's like 18 years. I was like,
yep.
There's no safety. You have to do your own. Like,
no, that's why I'm such a big proponent of two things. One, you know, entrepreneurship is amazing. Like you have the ability to make as much as you want, work when you want, you know, help other people, employ people. Like I love entrepreneurship. But the second thing is like when it comes to investing, like definitely do not put it in a 401k and all this crap. Like buy real estate.
Yeah.
It is going to win. You guaranteed.
I just bought a house. I have a house.
Oh,
now.
Congrats.
Yeah. My primary is the term, right?
How much did it cost?
$560.
Nice.
Yeah. I put 50 down.
50 down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
10%.
We had to beat people. We waived concessions and we actually waived the appraisal, which I was
Are you mad you didn't buy like last year when rates were low?
We got 6.1, so I know it's higher, but like, I don't know. Like I wasn't ready to buy last year.
Oh,
so.
okay. I mean,
yeah.
When people complain about 6%, I'm like, it's really not bad.
It's a couple $100. Like
yeah.
I don't know. If I'm worried about that, I have bigger problems.
I shouldn't be buying a home.
Yeah. But no, we waived the appraisal and it appraised. We got it appraised and it's worth like $650, I think. So like,
you bought it for $560? It's worth $650?
Like $640, I think.
How'd you get such a good deal on it?
I don't know.
You followed me.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of good clients that are big in real estate.
You just got it off the MLS or what?
Actually, it popped onto Zillow like late Friday night. My fiance found it, and we were going to look at houses the next day, and it was the last house we saw.
Wow!
And we put an offer on the same day.
Sick.
Irony is, the person I bought it from was in like had like a ClickFunnels award. He's one of the people I'm doing a Health Geek with now.
That's funny.
Like they have they're big in the affiliate marketing space. Him and his partner. And I walked in to look at the house, and there's like a ClickFunnels award on the wall. I'm like, what the? I'm like, who are you?
There's not many people that would have this award.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like nobody knows what it is other than people in the ClickFunnels world.
Yeah,
and he was, you know,
that's a goal.
Yeah, sure. So I don't know if he wanted it to sell it to me, if that was like you know, but it's right across the street from the water. Like it's technically waterfront. But there's a house between us.
I can't see it, but I know it's there.
Well, from my living room, I can see the ocean. So,
okay.
But there's a house on both sides. But it's like between their houses. So.
I get it. No, that's dope, dude.
But yeah, I love it. I wish I would have bought sooner.
Yeah.
Like, I've rented for a long time.
Well, bro, I mean, to see how far your career has come since even we first met, and you were, you know, handsome guy LLC, you know, billing me, and like to see like now you've built a legitimate business and, you know, to see you buying a house and like, dude, it's cool, man.
Yeah, I got 15 or 14 employees.
Well, and it goes, honestly too, but what I love about your story is, and hopefully it brings like hope and inspiration to those who like, bro, I mean, you did the grind for like 15 years of like trying things, failing, working for the man for 10 years, leaving, not having anything to show for it. Nothing. Trying product after product and it doesn't work. And then 15 years later, finally, one of them works.
TikTok.
and it's TikTok. You weren't looking for it. You know, it happened to be, and you're like, wow. And then you just never know, dude. I mean, you were 37 when you started doing TikTok and finally having success. So, you know, when you see all these young guys having success or even me and you're like, dude, freaking, I'm so far behind. It's like, nah, dude.
That's one thing Gary Vee always talks about. Like, like 40 years, 50 years left. Like, so it's definitely, I mean, but the one constant for me was always video. Like, that's
and dude, you know what's cool about that is like skills always involve timing because like video 10 years ago wasn't a valuable skill.
No.
Today, it's ultra valuable. In fact, if you can perform on camera and like produce and dude, you have like such a crazy valuable skill set.
Yeah. And even like, I mean, that was like, I mean, I didn't care about editing because my dad was an editor. I didn't even learn it until I figured out the internet.
I didn't know your dad was an editor either.
Yeah. My dad, he actually does a lot of aviation videography. He's like been in the Smithsonian shit. Like, so like by osmosis, I do have talent from my dad.
Oh, for sure.
from video. Like I have one friend, he's like, you never mentioned that your dad was like an editor his whole life. And like
that's news to me again. I've learned a lot. So this is why we go 2 hours now, because I can actually learn from people that, you know, you get past the surface level.
Yeah.
You start to get deep and you're like, oh, wow. This all makes complete sense to me now.
Yeah. You're a more complete person now.
Why you are the way you are. It makes total sense to me.
All the
now I got to get Luis's story. Luis is like the guy behind the scenes of what Ryan does. I got to get Luis. I got to hear how
Luis. I started paying Luis. I was DM closing to pay Luis to edit videos when I started the agency. That's how, I mean, like the agency didn't make any money for like the first like 6 months. Like, but I hired Luis immediately because I wanted to make it a business. And I was like, I need to hire somebody. And then
that's what you do.
But I convinced Luis, well, during the pandemic, I convinced him to move to Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't hard. He didn't want to be in California anymore.
Florida's yeah, dude. Well, I would live in California before Florida, like as a second home, just because it's close to Vegas. But yeah, I mean, if you're trying to just be near the beach, and Florida's a better choice. Yeah, me and Luis would just edit videos at the cigar lounge. Like, that was the office.
That was the office for like the first year. That's edited tight. Thousands of videos from that place.
In a cigar lounge. Were you guys smoking stogies?
I do. I like cigars. I'm an avid cigar smoker. So
I was watching a video about Michael Jordan's golf course. It's in Florida somewhere.
Yeah.
And one of the things they have there is like a hand-rolled cigar station. I was like,
I love cigars. I mean, you know, it's a vice, but I think it's, you know, I would rather smoke cigars than drink.
Really?
Yeah. But I like to party. But like I would rather like at home.
I would have never guessed you liked to party.
Your events are a giant party. Like,
I know.
Like,
you know what's funny is like I'm not a party guy, but like I know we're in Vegas.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I know that people want to have fun. Yeah. And they're not like none of them are like provocative part. It's not like the day club at the Wynn.
Yeah.
It's just like a big fun time.
Yeah, there's always like the hotel lobby bar will have half the event at it the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, and everybody will be talking, having fun.
Yeah.
Like that is one thing and then your group of people tends to they're fun. I don't know.
Yeah. They like to let loose.
They do. They do.
Dude, you know what's crazy though? And I always laugh at this because I always make the joke and it's like a joke, but I'm serious. Is at the end of, you know, the first day of the main event, I'm like, guys, so we're gonna have fun tonight, but make sure you show up by 9 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah. Don't have too much fun.
Yeah, don't have too much fun. Don't get like lost. We have a really good speaker leading off at 9, aka me.
Yeah.
Like
I will be here in the morning.
Yep. I'm gonna be here. Actually, and on the last day too, we do prayer before. So like people show up at 7:30.
Wow.
Like early. But anyways, in Vegas, typically at most events, your day 2 is going to be like way less people, and like people are going to be trickling in like
Makes sense.
at lunch.
Yeah, I know that's what I would do.
Yeah, but dude, people like are there ready to go. So
yeah, you have the longest events. I feel like they go on forever.
not really, dude. Like we're very strict from 9 to 5.
No, I mean just like the whole week. It's like wealth week.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm like oh Pineda, it's a whole week. Oh.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah,
but because like I've been to events where, dude, it starts at this is how bad events go. It's supposed to start at 9, end at 5. They start at 10:30 because freaking people are hungover. They're not like they just can't get their crap together.
Yep.
Right. Then it ends at 8. Like the main session ends at 8, and people are like already leaving because like, dude, I gotta eat dinner and like.
Yeah.
But like, so we're super anal with like the time.
Yeah, no, your events are always really smooth too. Like,
yeah, we're like, dude, we're done by 5. We got cocktail hour at 6. People got some time to go get refreshed and like meet back. Then the after party's at 9.
And it's right here.
It's right here. Everything's next to each other. And then we got this welcome party, and then like, but you're right. It is. And even too, this event, I've got a golf day I'm doing the day after.
So you just keep extending it.
Dude, I just love
Spend a month with Ryan Pineda.
Well, dude, people want it. I just listen to demand. They're like,
yeah.
You know, another thing we do with our events that are unusual is they're on the weekdays.
I noticed it. Yeah, I think that's good from it was cheaper travel.
Is it? I didn't even do it for that reason.
Yeah, I like to film with clients during the week because it's cheaper.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
we do it because I remember like maybe a year ago I asked our students, because I personally don't like doing it on the weekend. Like out of my own selfish
I don't want to
nature. I was like, honestly, like the event is like work. So why don't we do it during the work week, and then people can go home and hang out with their family, like, because that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to like miss church and like all this stuff. So I was like, I just did a poll to our all-star students. I was like, guys, how many of you guys would rather have an event from Tuesday to Thursday versus Friday to Sunday? And literally like 80% was like, we'd rather do Tuesday to Thursday. I was like, sick.
That's dope. Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do. So
it's a week.
Yeah, and then it just is like, all right, well, Monday we can do this. We got our Tykes boardroom, and then now Friday we're gonna do the golf. Like,
and you talk the whole time. That's too. It's like the voice too. You got to keep your voice fresh.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of work for me for sure.
It's a lot of creative energy expended.
Yeah. Well, anyways, dude, it's always great hanging out with you, man. Appreciate you and all the work you've done in my life and my business, and the impact you're making on our community as well. You know, I know you've done a lot with Wealthy Creator, and so we really appreciate you, man, and looking forward to continuing to build together, dude.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you as a person and the company you built. So it's impressive.
Yeah, cool. Well, guys, leave a comment if you want to attend WealthCon. I'm gonna pick some winners. Let me know that you subscribe. Don't be part of the 80%. Be part of the 20%. Okay. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
You can buy followers, you can't buy supporters. And you can hold your head high with your huge 100,000 follower count, but you wouldn't be able to sell a $5 t-shirt. If you're an entrepreneur, it's really about how well you market, how well you can sell.